Another day, another blessing. Yoke Murakhai Warabdijelo once again. And today on Lentswe, we're just going to talk about something that we as people, we as just the human race, we go through, and which is feeling like we should give up when we do not get what we pray for. You know, we start losing faith, we start losing hope when what we aspire for we do not necessarily see or achieve or does not manifest to our senses. Our senses being that we do not see it, we do not touch it, we do not feel it. You know, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because people say I've been praying for years to have a baby. I've been praying for years to get a job. I've been praying for years to get a marriage. I've been praying for years to whatever, whatever be it that you've been praying for what you feel like is a long time and you haven't gotten. We're here to talk about that today. you know so my message is simple this morning. I'm here to ask you to push. What do I mean by push? I'm here to ask you to pray until something happens. What do I mean by pray until something happens? I'm saying that be so persistent in your prayer, not because you are forcing the prayer, but you are persistent in your prayer because you are not going to trust your senses to validate the promises that are coming your way. If you are someone who believes that you are a child of a living God and his word in your life is what stands beyond what you see, what you feel, and what you can touch, and beyond what you hear. Because sometimes, we are told things. We are told we're not good enough. We're told you're not going to get it. And they were told that that business idea is dumb or it's too far-fetched. How are you going to get that? You're always told something that negates what you believe in your spirit. And 9 times out of 10, what you believe in your spirit is actually what God is actually telling you, that this is what I want for you, So, like I said, pray until something happens. Push. If you actually think about it, pray until something happens does actually is an acronym for push. But another acronym for push, which will actually allow you to exercise praying until something happens, is understanding that patience will trigger understanding, which will trigger supplication, which will trigger humility. What do I mean by that? When you are praying and trying to pray until something happens, when you exercise patience in your praying, you then have an understanding to say that as much as it might take time, my God is still my God. My God still hears my prayer, and my God will manifest my prayer. And from that understanding of the fact that, and consciousness of you being a child of a living God, then you will only pray in supplication. What do I mean by that? You will actually pray in thanksgiving, because you will be praying knowing that it's gonna happen regardless of what you see, regardless of what you've heard, of what's been said about you, regardless of what you have felt. It's gonna happen. So when you know something like that, it's easy for you to count it all joy and thus pray in supplication. So you're going to pray and give thanks. You're going to pray and say, I ask you for this, but I thank you that you hear my prayer, and I thank you that it's going to happen, and I thank you that you are actually growing me and fixing me and preparing me to receive it when the time comes. And from that, it will trigger humility, which will make you understand that it's not by my might, it's actually by grace. So hence I'm saying, pray until something happens, but while you're praying until something happens, exercise patience, which will trigger understanding, which will further trigger supplication, and thus ultimately humility. That's how you stay consistent in praying until something happens. Exercise patience, understanding, supplication, and humility. But whatever you do, push.